Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Caitlin from Caitlin Plans, and today I'm going to be making a big catch-all spread for the week of May 10th through 16th. This is my last week of school for the semester, minus grading and thesis work that has to be done kind of like at the end of this week and into the summer, but this is my last official week of school. If you watched my back to school release unboxing video, you probably guessed it. I'm going with the Out for Adventure book this week. I have two of them. I'm very excited about this book. Like, it's an understatement to say I'm excited about this book. I also have this sheet of stickers that came out of the accessory book. Not sure if I'm going to use them, but I'm having them like on the side just in case I want to use some of these. I'm going to go ahead and take these off the discs and we will jump right into this. I have a few ideas. So the first of which is removing the lines that separate these boxes up here at the top. I'm using a Jelly Roll pen in an 08. Now that those lines are gone and I have a little bit of an open expanse up there, I'm trying to create like a jungle environment. Probably with some of these people and then these trees. And then obviously like birds, because this is going to be a bird-focused spread. And then I also saw a clear sticker in here that marked summer break, which summer break starts for me. I'm not entirely sure of the exact day. I want to say the 13th. I've got some work shifts, but I have everything due on the 10th of my own work at least. So summer break starts sometime around here. I'm gonna pop this on to like the weekend area. There's still things to be done before, like, I can call it summer officially, but that's a good start. Next, I'm going to flip to find some plants of some sort so I can start building up some greenery. I think this is the largest size they come in. I was watching Mary Ellen's Plan With Me using this sticker book, and she was talking kind of about the scale of these stickers. So something like these trees is about the same height as these ferns, and also the same height as the people. So not realistic, but hey, like it's a planner. You can't get too close to lifelike in a planner. I'm gonna pick some of these people. We'll go with her. I was actually surprised when I was, so this maybe requires a little bit of explanation. I was on Instagram a few days ago. I don't know how long ago from this video, but I was very curious to hear people's unpopular planner opinions. So I posted like a question thing to my Instagram story, like just asking people to give me their unpopular planner opinions. And I was anonymously like sharing them. And someone was like, I know who all these people are, but I'm not going to tell you. Was like, my unpopular opinion is that I don't think the little people in the new release books are cute at all. I think they're adorable, but I feel like that also stems from like a larger thing about people not really liking people stickers in their planners. Personally, I will do people stickers in my planner. I like the wrong ones. I like these ones. So I don't know, we're just kind of playing around with what our options are here. So we got some birds. Size-wise, I'm not sure what I want to do with these yet. This might require a little bit more thinking on my part. I probably should have put a little bit more thought into my plan of action, but here we are. I just wanted to sit down and plan with this book, to be honest. I'm going to fill in this corner to kind of wrap up the edge of this box section. We will go with a few flowers. So obviously this is nowhere near done, but I'm going to skip to a different area for now and just kind of like figure things out as we go along. This bird is like my favorite thing in this sticker book. My You Are Beautiful bird, because everyone needs a bird in their planner reminding them that they are beautiful. I will argue that point. I love these boxes, and I feel like this is going to be a good space to kind of write what's due. I'm not sure of a color palette per se. Like, I like this mustard yellow, so I want to play that up. Maybe mustard yellow and blue in this spread. Like, I could get on board with that. I think this went on the page straight. Yeah, that looks pretty straight. I like the way that they scalloped these boxes. I haven't seen this design before, and I like it when they come out with stickers that they haven't, like, done a few times before. Sometimes the books, like, feel like there's, like, a system to them, and you kind of know what you're expecting, but it's just, like, different illustrations every time you flip through the sticker book. Just the same, like, oh, you got some circles, and you got some bullet points. But in this book, they varied it with the cut shapes. Speaking of circles, I think there were some that say due today. So we'll go with this one. It's more of like a rust color, but I'm going to use this to mark that I have a paper due today. I actually have 2 papers due that day because my deadline for the one that was supposed to be due on the 7th got bumped to the 10th, just to give us a little bit of extra time, which I am ever so thankful about. But now I gotta mark 2 deadlines on this day. I'm gonna pull one of these. I feel like these are meant for the student planner, like 2 boxes wide on the student planner. This is a student sticker book, so some of these are sized to fit that color block layout. This is not a color block. This is like the big sized vertical planner, but you can put stickers in any planner you want. Like, things don't have to be within the lines. I'm sticking this here on like the 11th and 12th. It doesn't really have a set day per se, but I think it might be something that continues through those days, especially since I'm gonna turn these papers in. I have some work shifts where we kind of like clean up the like space for the summer because I do technology checkouts, so things need to get like wiped down and put back into their homes before everybody leaves campus. And then I'm gonna be like packing up my apartment. It's kind of hard for me to say that, but I'm gonna be packing up to move over the summer. I want to get a jump on getting everything into boxes. I've kind of started, but I know I'm going to have to kick it into high gear once school is done for the semester. So as I was saying, these are kind of fit for that color block layout. I love this one that says, "Let me sleep in." Ideally, I'll get some sleep over these few days before I jump back into thesis writing, but I don't know. I'm excited for the summer, but also stressed about the end of the semester, and I feel like that's not an odd experience. I feel like that's pretty universal from everyone else I've talked to who's a student. I'm going to do some similar layering down here. This one says "Surround yourself with beauty." I'm bringing in a darker blue tone, still trying to stick in this color palette, but branching out a little bit. I also have the Jungle Vibes sticker book here. I figured I could use some of this greenery to kind of enhance this section. Not entirely sure how it's going to work out yet, but I thought it was worth a shot, especially since the colors are so similar. Like, these 2 books work very well together. I would not doubt that these were designed by the same person because they're just very similar aesthetics and color palettes and, like, just all-around design. Oh, come on. I don't want that there. I think that looks good. I'm kind of trying to like curve it to the sides. Gonna put this one back in the book for a second. And then I'm looking at this one right here. I'm thinking that if I overlap the lines to the outside of this little section, I can use an X-Acto knife to clean them up so they stay within these boxes. So something like this. And then take my knife and clean this up. Okay, so that looks good. I'm worried that the stickers are starting to like melt to the pages. I'm kind of melting to the pages. It is hot here. And having lights on to film videos never helps with how hot it is. I have air conditioning in my apartment, but I don't like to have it on for the videos because it makes background noise. Even more background noise than the refrigerator does. And that annoys me. So I don't want the like fan noises in the background, so I will suffer with the heat for however long this video takes to film, but man, I am looking forward to having the air conditioning on again once this is complete. When I'm spending time at my boyfriend's apartment during the summer, which I normally do, or I guess it's not like normal, like, because it's not a reoccurring thing, but last summer I was living there over the summer. And now this summer I am going back. I'm gonna like pack everything up here, get it all good to go, and then go stay with him. He doesn't have air conditioning, and it's absolutely brutal. I guess I was just lucky to always have air conditioning in my life up until this point. Although I guess my college dorm didn't have air conditioning. We were in Minnesota, so air conditioning wasn't like a super necessity. Obviously, there were some months at the beginning of the school year where air conditioning would have been nice, but the only thing that you really needed was hot air because it gets so cold up there. So putting some of these little diamond stickers in here. This may be a rehash of last week's over-the-top spread, but I'm not angry about that. Last week's spread actually didn't go over as well on Instagram as I thought it was going to, but I really liked it, so I'm gonna keep doing what I like to do. I think maybe the thing that's bothering me is that summer break isn't centered within this box. Like, I thought I was gonna like it off-centered, but these clear stickers, the trees and whatnot, don't have a lot of like bigger statement pieces. In an ideal world, I would have it a little asymmetrical and have a giant one on one side and then like some smaller ones on the other. But since they're the same size, I think it makes more sense to have this sticker centered because it's more equally distributed. Like something like that. Smoothing this out. I think the sticker is gonna have to stay here now that I've put it here because again, sticker melting to the page. Okay, let's keep adding in more stickers. I'm gonna pre-cut this one so I don't have to bother peeling it off of the page once I X-Acto it, or if I X-Actoed it. So this is gonna hang in from there. Got a little bit extra. This is gonna stay for later. I know I've already said this once before, but I'm gonna leave this for now and come back to it as we continue to develop the spread. I'm gonna add in some of these boxes for my work shifts. So I've got some options. I've got dot grid and I've got regular blank. I'm gonna go with the blank ones. I have one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to like have this with the clusters. So I'm overlapping this one like that, and then I'm gonna trim it so that it looks like it's going under this blue box. All right, and then I'll take another one of them for Tuesday. And it looks weird to have it like that. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this in this weird cluster that I've set up. I guess kind of up here at the top of the page. Not bad. I'll take one of these stickers that says finish up. I'm going with the green tone, so I guess my color palette has expanded to be like blue and green and mustard yellow. So I'm titling this box finish up, whatever that gets relegated for. I'll be honest with you, I'm starting to regret this like focus section up here, but maybe I can make it work. So I'm gonna add like a corner down here. I know there were some of the bigger people stickers in this book. So these ones right here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one with the yellow to match my color palette. Stick her right down here. Not entirely done with this section yet, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go home and visit my parents either the 15th or 16th. So I wanna stick this in there. I'm gonna actually kind of bump it up into this section to make it look a little less like it's isolated. Accent that with a bit of mustard yellow, one of these color block layout sized boxes. This one says Out for Adventure. I don't want that to be the only circle, so I'm taking this one that says Keep Going and sticking it over here. Knowing very well that I'm only going to be able to go home if I get most things packed up, so Keep Going is kind of a nod to the packing process. Jumping back down to this section, I'm going to pull some more of these stickers. I kind of like the way that they're staggered in the book, so maybe to add a little bit more depth, I will bump them up instead of keeping them along the bottom line of the page. I guess this makes more sense perspective-wise than having them on the same plane as the person who is bird watching, just because they're the same height and this person is probably not the same height as trees. I'm going to use some more of these diamond shapes from the Jungle Vibes book down here because I used a whole bunch of them up there, so it only makes sense to kind of connect these areas with these stickers. We're going to go like kind of above her, because I do want to put something on the ground to like make a ground. So these will go there. All right, so I think this one's gonna work. I'm just gonna put this by her feet. Looks good to me. I think I had one last gold diamond. Yeah, I did. This one's gonna go in this little hole. Okay, we got some clusters going on. Things are starting to look up. I can tell that I need a little bit of rest on this spread, so I'm going to come back to this at a later point. Obviously, the video is going to finish, but I'm going to take a little break. Alrighty, I am back and ready to finish this up. It's been a few days. It's been longer than I wanted to wait before finishing this, but things came up and could not be avoided. But I'm finally back to finish the spread. On the plus side, I had some time to like sit and think about how I wanted to finish this spread. So, I mean, that's good, but I started filming this and the next day my landlord told me that there was going to be contractor work being done in my apartment because they need to get wiring done for my neighbor, and apparently they can only do that through my wall. So I assumed it was going to be like a one-day thing. We're currently on day 3 of contractor work, and it is driving me nuts because I can't be here during the day because it's just like constant banging from the room that I'm normally working in. It's irritating to say the least. I got a meeting added onto my schedule for Monday. I want to do the one with the bird, but it'll be right below that other bird. So I'm going to pick something else in my color palette, probably this one. Although I've been using this darker blue on the other side, and the bird is facing the opposite direction, so this might not be a bad pick. Plus I can like put it on the left so that this this cluster is kind of like centered in a way. So that bird is going to be my meeting bird. I'm taking the mini Jungle Vibes book because it has these mini checklists in it, and I think these will match well with that green pattern. But as I was saying, they need to do the wiring through my wall. And then, like, I thought they were done, and then I got another email that was like, hey, so we actually need you to clear out your front closet because we're going to take another wall out. And I'm like, great, it's finals week. I'm really struggling with getting work done, and now I'm like, I can't be in my apartment, and they show up at like 9 a.m., which isn't like the crack of dawn, but it's early enough that I am not normally up, so it's throwing off my routine. I don't know, I'm just frustrated. And the smell of spackle and drywall is just giving me a headache. Plus, now that the closet is empty, or had to be emptied, I have things where things like don't belong. And this is a tiny apartment to begin with. So it's like I'm currently sharing my couch with a sewing machine and all of the coats that I had in my coat closet. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm ready for the semester to be done with. Thankfully, they were like, we'll do the majority of the work while you're like moved out. like after you're gone, but this had to be done now so my neighbors, the new neighbors, can have electricity. And I'm like, I guess that's fair. Like, they deserve electricity. But also, I don't know, I kind of want my wall. It's not like the wall is missing, it's like it's plywood now and like all of the wires showing. Not a fan. They also put down these like paper tarps all over the ground. So my entire living room is covered with like this brown paper flooring. And it's just a weird feeling. It does not feel very homey. I don't know what I'm looking for. Something for the sidebar, I suppose. In my head, I was like, I could put another like sightseeing person up here because I really like the way this cluster turned out. I didn't really like the spread when I ended the video, but then sitting down and looking at it off camera, I was like, oh, okay, I see the vision here. So, I want to stick in my color scheme, so I'm going to pick this one with the blue top. And this one's going to go like over here. Trust the process, you know? I feel like that's what everyone says in the videos when things are not going well, per se. But it normally works out if you make the trust the process disclaimer, so I'm manifesting that. Putting some trees in there. I liked the way that I kind of created some depth with this cluster, so I'm trying to do something similar up here. I'm going to take this one and overlap the boxes, but then I'm going to take an X-Acto and trim it so it like looks like it's going behind these boxes, if you know what I mean. I feel like I explained that pretty clearly, so you know what I mean. Cutting this. I don't know when I'll ever need like these random plant stems, but better safe than sorry. And I like them overlapping this box, even though it's like weird levels of depth. I'm going to keep it that way. I was also thinking I needed more flowers up here in this summer break section because I have one flower and no more of them. So I suppose we should continue that a little bit. And I'm gonna like work with like cutting pieces of these because I do want it to just kind of frame that section of boxes. Okay, so I cut this piece. This one's gonna go down here. I've also been very behind on like my Instagram content this week because I haven't had a chance to take pictures because there's a contractor in here like all day, and that means I'm not home with my picture taking setup. All of my props are kind of like in boxes currently because everything is in boxes to get out of the way. And I don't know, I'm frustrated, and I'm trying to like not complain too much because I understand that it had to be done, and you probably don't want to hear me complain about this. Like, this video is just going to turn into like Caitlin Complain Fest if you let me have it. So I'm going to end it here and just say there is construction work and I am frustrated. So I have this half of a flower and I want to put it somewhere, but I don't want to put it on the same line as the other one. So like maybe down here on the ground. That looks pretty good. I feel like I need another one of these like yellow colored ones. I'm not sure if there are flowers anywhere else in the book beyond this page. Luckily, I have 2 of these books, so probably have a yellow flower in this one. Here we go. Okay, 1 more yellow flower. And I can actually make it into 2 more yellow flowers by cutting it in half. Granted, it won't be 2 entire flowers, it'll be like 2 yellow flower pieces, but it gets the job done, and that's all that I really need. So this one's gonna fill up this gap over here, and then this clump of yellow flower is gonna go right here in the middle to kind of bring this together. I feel like I could use a little touch of something up there in that corner to just finish the corner off. So I'm gonna do this one and cut it with the X-Acto. That looks pretty good. I have 2 more pieces of that now. Where will these go? I'm gonna flip this and stick it up here at the top, overlapping that green vine just to kind of integrate those pieces. And then I have this little speck of blue. And most people would throw away this little speck of blue, but I'm gonna put it down here in the corner. There we go. I actually think that tiny little speck of blue in the corner really completes it. Because I am cutting everything else off at the edge, I'm gonna trim the trees that overlapped. This section needs a little bit more green. So I'm gonna find another of those smaller green boxes, like these ones. Did I use dot grid or the regular ones? I used the regular ones, okay. So I'm gonna use one of these regular ones and put it in this cluster. Yeah, that brings more green onto that half of the page. Another one of these from the mini book for Monday. I have a feeling that Monday is just gonna be a lot of things to do because meetings and 2 papers due and who knows what. I'm not looking forward to Monday, but once Monday's over, the rest of the week should be pretty smooth sailing. I'm gonna continue to build up this cluster with this piece of leaf, which I'm gonna trim. I'm a little sad that I ran out of these diamonds because this could use one. And if I peel them up from up there, I know they're gonna be melted to the page. So I might just have to suffer without diamonds over in this area. So after the work shift on Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday is like my first official day of spring break. I'm pulling this one from Out for Adventure. It says sleeping in today. I love this sticker. There's actually ones in this book that have birds and I want to get the wording right, so I'll just flip to one in a second. But when I say that I can't pick a sticker that better represents myself, I'm being honest. So that's going there. Here are the birds in question. They say, let me sleep in. And I feel like that every morning, especially when there's a contractor knocking on my door trying to get in to get rid of my walls at 9 in the morning. I said I wasn't gonna say anything more, but here we are. I noticed that there were some cute assignment stickers in here, and I thought it could be nice to have something in the sidebar, like an assignment thing, just to keep track of it all. I know the 2 major papers are due on the Monday, like I get that, but I also have grading to worry about, and I don't know. Like I want this there, but it's not gonna fit there. What if I just cut off the last section of the box? We're getting rid of the pink one, and that's not the worst decision because then we'll be left with the blue and yellow dots, and that's my color palette. Pink isn't in the color palette. No, don't stick there. You're not supposed to stick there. Saving this for whatever reason. Not a huge fan now that it doesn't have the top line on it, but I'll make it work somewhere in some spread. So weekly assignments is going down here. I'm gonna pull this one that says take note, because I like this one that says finish up, but I only have one of them in the spread so far. So this one's gonna go here on Thursday because not sure what this box is for. I might see my friends after we're all done with like finals and exams and all that fun stuff. I also wanted to make note that my brother is graduating from college on the 16th. I don't want to stick a box there, but I feel like a header like this would look good. I just don't know which one. Probably important. We'll go with the blue one again. I feel like there's too much of that mustard yellow in this area for that. So I'm just gonna write that directly onto the page. He's getting a degree in human resource management. He doesn't have a job lined up, so he's gonna go live with my parents for a while, I guess. But we live really close to Chicago. It's like a train ride in, so he has the opportunity to work in the city, and he has friends who have jobs in the city, so I'm sure he'll figure something out. So we got important down there. While I continue to figure that out, this bird is gonna perch here on this sticker. Love that. Love that for you, bird. I think I'm gonna cover it up with a little quote. This one is coming out of Jungle Vibes. It says, "It's cool to be kind." I am just covering this up. Oh, that looks good. Okay. I ordered, Happy Planner has those vinyl stickers that like go on water bottles or laptops or whatever. I ordered the cool to be kind ones because Joann's was having a sale. So I ordered a couple things from Joann's and I felt like I could justify it because I didn't end up ordering the Be Happy box. When I filmed my flip through of my back to school order, I actually had a whole like thing in there about like, oh, and then coming soon is a Be Happy box unboxing. And then I saw what the Be Happy box was, and I just like, it wasn't for me. So I had to edit that out of the video. So there's like a weird jump cut in the beginning where I cut out like a minute of me talking about like, I wonder what the Be Happy box is gonna be. I'm obviously going to have to get it. And then I didn't get it. Primarily because it's like a gardening box and I don't garden. I live in an apartment. I don't have any outdoor space. I'm not good at the outdoors either. I'm an indoorsy person. Like, I think it would have been cool if they were to do like a Be Happy box, like a homebody theme, especially now that we've been in like this weird lockdown for a year and a half. They had time to pull that together, but I suppose it's healthier to encourage people to go outside and garden, even though not everyone is a gardener, myself included. Loved the sticker book. Like the furniture illustrations were so cute and cozy, but an undated gardening planner, I would have never have used that. And I was trying to justify it in my head. I'm like, well, I could get it and then like sell the planner on a Facebook group, or I could get it and like give the planner away in my next giveaway. But spending $50 just to get that one sticker book was like, I can't justify that. Like, I can justify a lot of purchases that don't need to be made, but $50 on a sticker book is way too much for me. I'm like thinking to myself, maybe I continue this part of the jungle just onto the edge of this Wednesday box. And then I would have a trio of jungle sections on this left page, and this would it would look less boxy, I guess. I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not. I'm getting into that point in the video where I'm like, and then there were more stickers, but that's to be expected. I'm gonna start with some of these palm trees. I don't know if these are palm trees. These are just like jungle trees. There's a bird in this tree and I'm cutting him in half. That's kind of sad. And then if I put this back in the sticker book after deciding like not to use it, I have half a bird to deal with at some point in the future. Okay, I see where we're going. Doesn't look bad. I'm gonna use the other half of the tree as grass because I don't want to put it back in the book. I'll grab this blue flower. Blue flower. Come on. And that'll go here. And that's enough jungle for that section. I'm containing myself, but I think it's just the touch it needed. I like that. And then to balance that out, obviously, we need more. And by more, I mean like one set of trees and maybe some foliage down here in the corner. Most of it's gonna get cut off, I think, unless I layer it over this yellow sticker. But honestly, I could just cut it where it overlaps the yellow sticker. Sorry, Kyle, your graduation is getting trumped by bird trees. Okay. I don't even know if he's going to his graduation, to be honest with you. I think they're trying to do like an in-person ceremony at his university, and my mom did not want to go and like sit in an auditorium with a bunch of other people. I don't blame her. And then my brother just wasn't really interested in like walking or like doing the video graduation. So I think what he's doing is just borrowing a graduation cap from one of his buddies, taking some pictures on campus, and then they're just gonna move him out of his house. That's what I'm doing for my graduation. I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm technically finishing the degree over the summer, but I'm like graduating this semester, at the end of this semester. And I don't want to do the ceremony or anything just because it's going to be a million people, and our other option was to film a video of us like walking across a space and then they would like compile them all into one video. But I don't know, I don't really have an interest of me just filming a video of me walking across my living room for my graduation. So one of my friends in my program said that she would, she has a PhD, or she's working on her PhD, sorry, said that she would bring in her capping gown from when she finished her master's, because it has the fancy sleeves, and then I could take some pictures in it on campus and send them to my mom, and that would be good enough. And that's what I'm happy with. Like, I'm continuing to the PhD in the fall, so it's not like I'm missing out on, like, my last graduation ever. Hopefully I finish a PhD. It's a lot of work, but if all things go according to plan, this won't be my last graduation. So I'm not like too upset that I'm like not doing the ceremony, not graduating. I'm graduating, but like the ceremony isn't that important to me, especially because I go to just such a large school. Like when I went to undergrad, my tiny little college, like graduation was a big deal because there were only 2,000 of us at the entire school. So I forget what my graduating class was, like 500, I would guess. That makes sense mathematically. So like it was a big deal because my high school graduating class was like 900 and something. And I like knew basically everyone who went to my college. But now that I'm here, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to sit through this massive graduation. I'm just stickering more jungle. I don't know if I mentioned that. Sometimes I like catch myself holding on to the weirdest pieces. So I have an X-Acto knife cap in one hand and some tweezers in the other. Everything's going according to plan. Taking this little blue section, sticking it down there, calling it good on that. Hopefully this video didn't end up being too long. I feel like last week's catch-all was also like half an hour. I try not to make them that long. Like 20 minutes is kind of like my sweet spot. But here we are, we're done with the spread. Check out my cool new like closing sequence on my videos. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but I stuck that in. So exciting. And there you have it, my jungle explosion bird spread. That's everything you needed in a planner spread and more. If you liked this video, hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel for more fun planner-related content, and follow me on Instagram at Caitlin Plans, where I share after the pen photos as well as photos of spreads that did not get videos. Thanks for watching, and happy planning!